Last weekend, the Trump Freedom Tour, comprised of Don, his son, and a caravan of folks looking for book deals, headed to Mississippi, and I was curious who was shelling out the $9,000 to $4,000 for a ticket to see the show. Much of the country was watching the revelations coming out of the January 6th hearings, and surely these politically engaged folks were also tuned in. Have you guys been watching the January 6th hearings?
No.
Have you watched any of the January 6th hearings?
Not really. I had a blur up in changing phones, but
You had to what?
I changed phones.
Are you watching them?
No, sir.
No. Why not?
Well, time.
You don't have time to watch a 2-hour hearing.
Yeah,
No. How long are you here today?
until 5.
Until 5, which is you got here at
I got here at 7.
7, which makes it 10 hours.
Right.
With the 2-hour hearing, who's got time for that shit? Most were paying no attention, and yet there were some paying even less attention. What about what happened on January 6th? What do you think what happened there?
I don't really know what happened on January 6th.
January 6th,
The election day?
No, election day was back in November. Do
I don't even know what.
you know about January 6th?
No,
So when I say January 6th, that means just,
nothing. I don't know.
that's just a day to you.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the insurrection attempt at the Capitol?
No.
For almost everyone here, insurrectioning was a non-issue. It was the hearings themselves that were the problem.
I think it's an abomination.
It's just McCarthyism. It's a witch trial.
It's a witch hunt.
It is.
Yeah, it's
It
like
absolutely
a
is.
mob of people coming together with pitchforks,
Yeah.
saying, and we can't have that.
Yeah, with an agenda. Here's the narrative we're pushing, and that's all we're pushing is our narrative.
A mob of people with an agenda, pushing an agenda.
Yes.
That can't stand in America.
No.
We should have an investigation about a mob of people. And that's
We
something
should.
everybody would watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi, she is very responsible for what went on then. She planned it.
She planned what happened?
I believe so,
Why did she plan to get attacked by a mob of Trump supporters?
because she wanted to be able to blame it on the Trump supporters and have something bad to say about them.
Shouldn't we investigate that?
Yes.
So you must be watching the January 6th committee.
No.
So what was it people were watching?
2,000 Mules came out, and it showed a lot of stuff.
You've got 2,000 Mules.
And then this movie, 2,000 Mules.
2,000 Mules.
Yes.
2,000 Mules is a documentary by Dinesh D'Souza, claiming massive voter fraud based on some cell phone data and surveillance footage that's been lauded by Trump, laughed at by Bill Barr, discredited by fact checkers, and banned from even right-wing media because of its unfounded claims.
You notice, you turn on Fox News, they have never mentioned that movie once. Somebody's pulling the strings.
Who do you think it is?
It may be Obama,
You think Obama's pulling
or
the
it could
strings?
be
Obama-
George Soros.
You think it's possible that Fox News doesn't mention 2,000 Mules? Your theory, there's a giant conspiracy up on top in which they don't do it. Or the second theory is that movie's not credible.
I know the movie's credible.
Maybe sharing some of the committee's findings would break through this MAGA bubble. Rudy Giuliani was drunk the night of the election, and it was partially his idea to deny the election results. Buy it?
I haven't seen that. You're the first source I've gotten on that.
You haven't heard that at all?
No.
That Rudy was drunk that night?
It's an election night. I wouldn't be surprised if anybody was, so
You trust a drunk Rudy Giuliani?
I'm not saying I trust a drunk Rudy Giuliani.
The question is, have you trusted yourself or other individuals that you were with under the influence of alcohol?
I totally have.
Then what's the difference?
I am not the commander-in-chief in charge of the United States of America.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I think that's an important detail. If no one was willing to turn on the hearing, I decided to bring the hearing to them. I first shared testimony from Trump's own acting attorney general, dismissing Trump's claims of voter fraud.
I told him that the stuff that his people were shoveling out to the public was bullshit.
Like I said, you just can't be up 300,000 votes and then lose.
No, but that's Trump's attorney general. Does that sway you at all?
He's turned on him. He's been paid by somebody to shut his mouth.
Everybody knows the election was fraud.
No, he's saying the opposite. He's
Saying the opposite?
Yeah, he's saying there wasn't fraud. That's bullshit.
Why?
Does it make you kind of change your perspective and your assumptions?
It does.
Yeah. So you're not going to go in there right now?
Oh, yes, sir, I am.
You are going in there right now to see Donald Trump speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Well, good productive chat. What's your response there?
I think it's true.
You think Bill Barr is right?
Yeah.
Because he's talking about the fact that the election was stolen is bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
So he says it wasn't stolen.
No.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it was stolen.
You don't believe that?
No.
So who do you trust? Like Trump? Trump's family?
I trust Trump.
You trust Ivanka?
Yeah, I do. I think she's very smart and very intelligent.
Let me show you. This is what she said.
How did that affect your perspective about the election when Attorney General Barr made that statement?
It affected my perspective. I respect Attorney General Barr. So I accepted what he was saying.
I don't know, that's not edited in any way.
You don't believe she actually said that?
Did she say it on Twitter?
It almost don't even look like her.
You don't think that?
It could not be her. It might be one of those, what, they got clones out there these days?
You think that was a?
It might be a clone, yeah.
It might be an Ivanka clone.
Yeah.
Hot take, my friend. It's almost like you're confronted with it, and your brain just does somersaults to figure out there must be some other reason.
She looks frightened.
She does look scared, almost like
Yeah, she does.
she's
She's
been
really
caught.
frightened.
What do you think?
I'm confused. A little bit.
So Ivanka,
His
his
daughter.
daughter, says she accepts what the Attorney General said, which is that the election wasn't stolen, that Trump lost.
Well, is it a lie?
I mean, if you listen to these people, yeah, it's a big lie. And I'm fearful you're gonna go inside there and he's gonna keep telling you that lie.
We should go. Yeah. I think we're ready to cut this off.
Being confronted with uncomfortable information isn't easy to swallow. But this crowd chooses to live by the immortal words of the bard Rudy Giuliani, who said, "We've got lots of theories, we just don't have the evidence," especially when it comes to Donald Trump.
I believe him and the military are running the country, and that idiot that's up there is a puppet, and Obama's in the basement
Wait.
telling him what to do.
That sounds so crazy, it's probably not true.
You probably don't even want to ask me what I think about 9/11. So.
You got theories for miles.
Well, yeah, and I read a lot of stuff, but I know probably not all of it is true. But enough of it is true to know that we need change in this country.
Yeah, a little bit of shit in the pool doesn't mean you can't swim in it.
Right.